There you go.
Awesome. I love hearing that this meeting is being recorded. So, welcome to the Happy Co opportunity event, but really party. Because you know what? What we believe here at the Happy Co is that everyone deserves to be happy, right? And happiness is contagious. And I've always said your smile is your best accessory. And we have amazing products and an opportunity to put that smile on your face, right? To bring that joy and happiness back into your life. And my name is Hillary Scott, and I am so incredibly blessed to be here this evening with each and every one of you. Or if you're catching the replay here, you know, I have been in this industry. Sometimes you call it an industry. Some people are like, don't call it an industry, call it a business, whatever it is. I have been here in this space for over 8 years. And you know what? I'm going to be so honest and say, I wasn't the little girl who was like, one day I'm going to grow up and be a network marketer. But where I found myself over 8 years ago was a broke single mom with two kids, wondering how I was going to make it. I had a traditional brick and mortar business that I ended up having to close the doors on. And I was introduced to network marketing, direct sales, MLM, whatever you want to call it. What I like to call it is personal growth and development with a comp plan, actually, because the woman I am today and the woman that's in front of you now with three kiddos and a husband, I really attribute a lot of my growth in my success to this amazing, beautiful industry. A lot of people say they're committed to do it differently. A lot of people make tons of promises, but what I can tell you tuning in here tonight is you've reached like the pinnacle, like the best company ever. And again, I know people say that, but I fully, truly believe it because we have all of the boxes checked. And if the boxes aren't checked, what I can tell you is the corporate staff that combined has over 200 years of experience. 200 years of experience is committed to making sure that you're successful, that these products reach people, because we believe that the impact that they have is everyone needs it. Like everybody needs it. So tonight, I'm going to do things a little bit differently. You're not going to see a slideshow presentation. You're not going to hear a comp plan breakdown, how you can join. What you're going to hear is the heart of a couple amazing women and why they decided to team up with this company. I'm also going to share why I decided, because full disclosure, before I found this company, I was like, wave my white flag. I'm tossing in the towel. I'm not a part of this industry any longer because there were so many things that I didn't like. Let's be honest. As good as it is, sometimes it's a little bit gross, like anything in life, right? And what I have found here is really truly different. I mean, first of all, hello, the delivery in our product is coffee. The industry itself is over an $80 billion industry. You're not out there trying to convince people to do something they're not already doing or know somebody who does. Drinks coffee. And if you don't drink coffee, at least for me, I was like, I should probably like it, right? Like you get to a certain age and you're like, I guess this is what we do now. We drink coffee, because we're tired. I'm a mom. I have three kiddos. My son's 11. My daughter is 9.5. She'll tell you almost 10. If she was listening, she'd be very adamant that I make sure I say she's almost 10, and a 4-year-old son. And I'm almost 40 years old. Okay, you guys. So I feel like I was at this point where as a mom, I was tired. I found myself on the couch. You know how Netflix is like, are you still there watching? I'm like, why are you even asking? Of course I am still here because I'm exhausted, right? I had a little baby and just trying to make it through life in general. And it's no secret, this last year has been trying on so many people as well. So I feel like what we have here with these products, with this opportunity, is literally like you couldn't ask for anything better, right? You really, truly couldn't. But don't take my word for it. Not only do we have thousands of people who have had so much success, we have two amazing women on this call tonight who I am so excited to hear their stories. And again, I said when this first started, we're going to do things a little bit different. I am going to do a little bit of an interview style and ask them 3 questions. So hang tight. You're going to want to hear the answers. And of course, at the end, we'll give you the whole get back with the person who shared this with you if you'd like to join kind of spiel and how you can join, all the things. But all of the hype, all of the things mean nothing if the products and the opportunity that you're sharing aren't truly impacting lives. Because anybody can hype stuff up, but again, when you hear these stories, you're gonna be like, oh my goodness, this is different, because it truly is. So without further ado, I'm gonna go to, and I didn't tell them which one was gonna be first. So both of them are probably like, oh my gosh, it's my name first. So I'm going to Holly first. Normally I'd go to Courtney because this, alphabetically, Courtney would be first, but I'm going to mix things up because Holly's an H like me. So I'm going to go to Holly first. Holly is a mom, a wife, and just an amazing human in general. And I feel so privileged and honored that I get to do life with her every single day, because really, truly, that's what this is about. So the first thing I'm going to ask Holly is what attracted you to our products, and what has been your experience so far?
Hi, everybody. Nice to meet you. Thanks for joining us tonight. Super nervous, and I am known for crying, so I'm sorry in advance if you have to endure that. But I was trying another coffee product. I didn't care for it. It wasn't really making a difference. And I saw a friend, a girl, more of an acquaintance that I've known since like middle school, was on social media just sharing that she was losing some weight. And so obviously got my attention because I'm one of, like many of us, that would love to shed a few pounds. And I'm also nearing 40 and noticing that it's just not quite as easy as it used to be. So I hopped in and I went in with the intention of trying to lose a few pounds. I literally got my products Labor Day weekend, just this past year, so it hasn't even been a full year yet. And I guess I'll just give you a little backstory and I'll try to shorten this up real fast. But I had headaches that I suffered with for 12 years, and they stemmed from an injury. And I learned through just trial and error, I tried more things than you could ever imagine, that there were certain food groups that would trigger it. And when I was exposed to these food groups, even by accident, like when you eat out at restaurants and things, there's a lot of cross-contamination. It would put me down for 3 days with a headache. Usually it would hit, always, it was like clockwork. It would hit 24 hours later after consuming or being exposed to these foods. And sometimes I didn't even know I was exposed. I thought that I did my due diligence by communicating, and I would get hit with a headache. Well, I could be in bed and like vomiting sick, or I could be like, I could still get up and go to work, but I was just not productive and I was crabby. I was a single mom for a lot of those years. So I didn't want to be bothered when I didn't feel good. And I had this sweet little boy that just wanted his mommy's attention or wanted his dinner. And there was nights where I'd be lucky to get out of bed and just make him a bowl of cereal and turn on a movie and just try to get through it, But moving forward, I warned you, you were warned about that. So it was Labor Day weekend. My husband pulled out leftovers and he accidentally swapped our food. And I didn't realize it. I took a couple of bites out of it before I realized it was not my food, it was his. And it had a couple of things in it. It was pork and beef for the details, but I couldn't have it. And so once we realized it, we were pretty bummed. Knew that 24 hours later, a headache was coming. I never got a headache. I never got a headache. I couldn't believe it. And I remember like watching for that 25th hour, the 26th. I'm like, this is coming. I know it is. It literally didn't come. I had the product for one day. It was that morning when I had that food. And because of how it was, how I was exposed to it and I experienced it, I was able to start sprinkling it in. And now I'm like living my best life and eating all the bacon and all the things. And I don't get headaches anymore. So aside from that, I did lose some weight. I lost like 11.5 pounds right away. I lost, once I introduced Unwind a few months into it, I started noticing an inch loss in several areas. About a month and a half in, I had started to play with my scoop size on my coffee. And I went from like a half to a 3/4 because I was super sensitive in the beginning and my anxiety left. And I probably should back up and say, like, we can't claim healing or make, we can't make claims for curing or healing, but this has obviously brought some kind of major balance to my body. And I think there's a big time inflammation help, so I just was an irritable mom and I was a stressed mom and I was in pain a lot. And now I'm a happy mom. So these are happy tears.
Oh, Holly, I love you so much. And I mean, we could probably stop the call right now. I mean, who doesn't want to like order this and sign up or know somebody or have felt that place of like, I know I need something. I know I want to do something different. I just don't know what it is. And I feel lost and I feel hopeless. And the fact that we have a simple solution, like this isn't rocket science, you guys, like it's a functional beverage and a capsule. It's a cup and a cap, right? And if you don't want the cup, take a cap and a cap. Like we have options for you. But I mean, again, like every time I hear a story, Holly, and hear your heart, this is why we're here. This is why we're here. This is why somebody invited you to either be here live or watch the recording, because they want better for you. And not only do they want better for you, they want better for everyone. And you could be a small ripple effect in that better and happiness across the world, because that's what we're doing. I don't know if you know that, but that's what we're doing. So thank you so much, Holly. All right, Courtney, my sister, you are up next. So same question. What attracted you to our products and what has your experience been so far?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So I am actually good friends with Hillary's sister, Courtney. We taught in the same school district, and I had been watching a lot of her posts. She's a mom of 5 kids, and you cannot tell. And so I was watching, and I had just had my first son, and it was awful. I felt like an awful mom. So watching Courtney, and I knew I needed a change, and this was going to be a change that I needed to take. I would sit on the couch and binge watch Netflix and wonder the same exact thing. Why are you asking me? I'm still obviously watching. I have an infant. I'm not going outside. I'm fat. I don't fit into any of my clothes. It was not good. I was in 3 weddings. I felt like an awful person, and I needed this change for me. And so I watched Courtney, and for probably like 2 months, and I finally just was like, stop telling yourself 1,000 times every day that you're going to do a change, just do it. And so I finally reached out to Courtney, and it took me, again, a couple weeks after even talking to her what she was doing to like do it, because this is not something that I do. I don't take supplements. I don't try new things. Like this is so out of my comfort zone. And so I finally did it after those couple weeks of getting information about it. And I was not having what everybody else is having. I had the energy a little bit, I had the focus a little bit, but what I really wanted was that weight loss. I was the heaviest I've ever been, and I just felt so disgusting. And I was so disappointed. Like after the first 2 months, nothing, like no weight loss, no inches. And I kept reaching out to Courtney. She was my person. I knew it worked for her. Something had to be coming. And so her words, and I will never forget these words, was just trust me. That's all she said. And I could just feel in my body, like, this is what I needed to do. Just let it go, trust her. This is where I need to be. And then I was, I was breastfeeding during all this. So that's majorly why, like, I don't think I lost a lot of the weight was because of that reason. And so once I stopped that, and then I started taking more of the products, the chai tea came out, the Max coffee came out. And so I got to experience a lot of these new things, and my body loved it. And I started losing the weight, and I was on top of the world. My anxiety, my depression that was holding me down for so long was just lifted into the air. And it was just the most incredible feeling ever. And that is when I decided to join the company. And it was the best thing that I could have ever done. And just from there, it's just has been amazing. And then I got pregnant again. So then I got to experience these products while pregnant too. And let me tell you, this pregnancy was hard, but I felt amazing the whole time. Like I had the energy to be with my son during all this. And then the energy to keep up with this crazy COVID and being a kindergarten teacher, it was so insane. But because of these products, I did it, and it felt so good. And now I'm on that postpartum journey again, and it's a complete 360. I wake up every morning excited to get up. I play with my son. I play with my daughter. I go do the things. I clean my house. I cook dinner. There's nothing I don't do that when I had my son, I just lay on the couch. And I cannot thank God enough for giving this path to me and letting me take this journey, because it has been incredible. And I'm so thankful.
Oh, Courtney. Oh my goodness. You guys, again, like I could just stop. Like, are we done? Like, are you not joining yet? Are you not like ordering these products yet? This is life-changing. It really truly is life-changing. And Courtney, the transformation. And again, disclaimer, of course, Courtney checked with her, OB and got the approval and all the things, but to have something that allowed you to, feel lifted and energized, and being a teacher during, the thing. I don't want this to get flagged or something, and they'll be like, we're going to push that down because they said the words. But to be in the position where you not only survived, but you thrived through it is so incredible and so beautiful. And I'm so happy for you. So, all right, guys, bear with us. We have 2 more questions for these beautiful contestants now. I feel like I was joking with them earlier, back in the day, I did some pageants, and I'm like, I feel like I'm up there on stage, and now the crown goes to, no, you both are beautiful winners. But Holly, you're up next with the question a lot of people would love to hear. And I feel like maybe some people are in this same boat of like, have you ever been in a MLM network marketing company before, any sort of direct sales? And if you have, what is different and what have you experienced here that you didn't experience in your previous companies? Holly?
I am embarrassed to tell you how many MLM direct sales, and I'm not even going to tell you, but I will just say this was like directly from the Holy Spirit, because when I went in to order my coffee, I was like, meh, I'll just pay the extra and set it up in case I can share it. I'm not that person. I'm the type of person that I usually like research every tiny detail, and we'll start like reaching out to people in advance. I mean, there was one where I did shows, and I remember putting like 20 shows on my calendar before I even ordered the crap. Sorry. There's been one company that I've even made money in, and I was booking all my nights and my weekends for shows, lugging a bunch of stuff around, having to have like carry inventory, plus all my time spent. And I worked full time on top of doing these nights and weekends. I just completely burnt myself out. And the other ones, like I loved the vision. I grabbed the vision. I loved the idea of the opportunity. And I can even remember being pretty young, and even after I had my son, being with one, and my friend would come get me, and I would take my little baby boy to all these meetings, and they would say, you do the work now and you get paid later. It's going to pay off later. And then there just came a day where I was like, I'm over this. I'm like dragging him all over town for what, and first of all, the products are super impactful, and they're changing people's lives. I mean, besides my testimony and probably many others that you've already heard, my son has had a testimony with his ADHD. My husband tore his pectoral muscle and has had pain down the one side of his arm for a couple of years. He's woken up and gone to work to do physical work every single day for years with this pain. And just feeling like he has to live with it, and it's taken it away. And it's like, yeah, so it's incredible, but the community is beautiful. Like Hillary said earlier, we're like a family. And especially with quarantine and this whole weird last year and a half, like being segregated from all the world, and even like your family and your extended family, your parents, these are the people we show up and see every day, face to face, no makeup, whatever, right out of the shower, you name it, we're there. We laugh together, we cry together, we pray together, and it's a beautiful community. But there's no competition. Everybody loves each other, and you can literally meet people from other teams, sidelines and side teams and whatever you will, and people want to help each other, and they want to see you win. And it's just such a beautiful thing to have such a large group of people that are so like-minded, and they lift you up. If you're if you're not on point one day, there's somebody there to just pick you right up. But also just the company is incredible. The leadership is amazing. I am pretty, I don't want to say judgmental, but I have like high expectations. Okay, so I can't really find anything wrong with it. I mean, I'm amazed. The customer service is on point. They're knowledgeable. They're friendly. And I'm annoying, because I call with a lot of questions. I want to know all the details. I want to make sure it's accurate. They're just nice. They're helpful. They're accurate. They're on point. Everything is on point, and it's such a beautiful thing to be a part of that, and you want to be represented well. You know what I mean? When you're bringing other people on board, you don't want to, like Hillary said, you're not going to hype it all up, and then on the back end, when somebody calls because they have a question about something, they have an awful experience. It's not like that. It's full circle. It's beautiful. And if you have, a surgery or a vacation or whatever, you literally have a team of people there to back you up. It's a beautiful, simple system, and it's just unlike anything I've ever seen. But on top of that, and this stuff's over my head, so I'm not going to pretend to be educated about it, but there's something called the unilevel, comp plan here, and I didn't even hit a rank for like a lot of months, and I was making good money. Like I've never made this good of money, and I'm a super small French fry on this totem pole. Okay, so and then it's a publicly traded company. I mean, they just have it. They really have their stuff together, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful thing to be a part of it.
Oh, Holly, thank you so much for sharing. And you're so sweet, so sweet. And, I'm sure there are many people who can relate with like tried all these companies, or then you're like, I'm just going to do it for the discount or whatever, but secretly hoping a little bit, maybe this is it, right? Like you see other people making it, you see other people doing it, and a little bit of you is like, maybe this is the one. And I'm here to say, this is the one. This is the one. So, Courtney, same question. Have you ever been in MLM before, or direct sales or whatever? What attracted you here? And then you guys, I promise we only have one more question after this. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Courtney, go ahead.
All right. So I actually only tried one that summer after I had my son, because it was my first year teaching and I lost a boatload of money for being at my first job. So I was trying to like find something that I could supplement my income with. And it was the worst experience ever. Like, I mean, having a baby and doing that was not okay. Booking parties, and it was an awful experience. And it didn't last very long, like 2 months. And I was like, nope, I don't know how people do this. I never want to work in network marketing. Like, this is not something for me. And so the reason I joined this company is because of the results that I had. After November to April, it was, I used the products, and again, my results, I just was floored by what was happening with my body and my mind. And I had to share it. Like, I just wanted to shout it from the rooftops and make sure that everybody knew about these products and what they could do for you. Again, like, ask your doctor for specific things, but I was able to help a lot of people when I first started. I ranked really high up in the first 2 months, and it just felt so good to help people. They would message me thanking me for sharing my story and my experiences and what I've gone through. And it was the most life-changing thing. And I, again, just kept wanting to share and help others. And that's what we get to do here. We get to help others, and we can change others' lives and just guide them through these amazing journeys. And it's the best thing ever. And then it's so easy. Like, I was teaching still because it was April and we were home because of the thing. And I had just over a year, 1-year-old home with me teaching and doing this at the same time. And I couldn't have done it with my whole team, my support system. Again, like Holly said, like that summer, getting to see everyone every morning, we laughed, and it was I remember me weeding my garden and just talking and having fun. It was like having a little family right there with me every day. And it was truly, truly amazing.
Oh, Courtney, I love that so much. And if you guys didn't catch that, Courtney was a customer for a while. And that's something that's really unique here as well, is our customer to brand partner ratio is really large. And that's really important to have. And a lot of our brand partners started as customers. And that's really awesome, because you're not begging people. You're not begging people to join your company, join your opportunity. They're literally like, wait a minute, this is amazing. This is working so well for me. And everyone's noticing, maybe I can get a little kickback on it, right? And again, I had a conversation with my team, and basically everybody has, recouped their investment in here that they have made. And that's incredible, because there aren't a lot of companies that can say that, right? Like, you go and you spend all this money and you do all of these things, and the ROI on that, right? Like, that's something nobody wants to talk about. We have an amazing, amazing system and culture here. So thank you again, everyone, so much for hanging out with us. We have one last question for these beautiful, well, I do, not we, like y'all are with us, with me. I don't know. I should practice my hosting skills here. But I have one last question for Holly and Courtney, and that is, what is something you wish you could go back and tell your past self when you first were introduced to the Happy Co? Like, what is something you wish you could go back and tell Holly however many, months ago? Holly, you're first.
For me, I guess, especially with being with some other companies and sharing them, and one of them even on social media, I was a little apprehensive. I didn't want to look like a flake. I didn't want to look like I wasn't trustworthy, or that, I was quick to give up on something. But I was super excited about what I had. And it was the realization, and it was probably pounded into my head like at least 10 times before it really like hit me. But if you're not willing to open your mouth and share what you have, who are you stopping from getting that headache relief or that anxiety relief or feeling happy or getting a financial blessing or financial freedom, depending on how far they want to go with it? And for me personally, I'm a huge believer, and I just constantly have conversation with God. Like, I want you to be in the forefront of this. I want you to lead it. I don't want to give glory over here where it belongs to you, or vice versa. So I just asked him to lead me in it, and he's in charge. He puts the people in my path. He puts the people that I'm supposed to reach on my heart. And it's a beautiful thing when you just kind of yield to that, and not like, and that's another thing that our leaders pound into our head, is like not being attached to the outcome and just doing your duty to open your mouth and share what you have, because what if you could change somebody's life? And truthfully, like when we hear testimonies on like our coffee chats that we have, there's waterworks regular. I mean, it doesn't take much for me, but there's times where everybody's crying because it's just so touching and it's so beautiful. And when it comes to depression and mental health, that is just running rapid right now. People need this, and if your duty is just to open your mouth and share what you have, and if it's not for them, that's okay. But I guess just detaching yourself from it and not feeling so, not letting it like get to you or feeling like a failure if somebody's not ready or somebody doesn't want it, or they just don't even like you maybe. Oh, well,
So basically, Holly, you would tell yourself, like, get out of your own way, just run with it, just go share it, open your mouth. And it is what it is after that, right? Yeah.
If Sarah hadn't shared it with me, I might still be praying, for the 13th year that God, please take my headaches away. Right. So that's what really hit me, is like, wow, if she hadn't had the guts to get out there and post that and share it, I might still be right where I was.
Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Holly, for answering all of my questions and hanging out with us and just sharing your beautiful soul. I love you. All right. So Courtney, what is the thing that you would tell Courtney in the beginning?
Definitely don't let the fear of yourself or others get in your way. Just like Holly said, share what you want to share. It took me probably a month to like share my like testimony that blew up Facebook on like our company page and on my page. And I was like shaking. Hillary's sister, Courtney, she was just like, every day she was trying to push me to just post it. Like, people need to hear this. People do. Every one of us have different stories, and it's going to hit someone, and you just have to share it. And because I did, I am now getting to help all these people. And that's like what we're here to do. And I totally just lost my train of thought.
You're good. You know what? It's so true though, right? So not only were you in the beginning working through your own personal journey, but then when she decided to join and to start, it was like, oh my gosh, what are these people going to think of me, right? But just like Holly and Courtney shared, I mean, I guess if you could probably go back, you'd probably be like, I would have for sure like bought the billboard, like literally plastered it everywhere, because this is so amazing what we have here. And, it's health, wealth, happiness, freedom, the community, it's coffee, it's the systems at work, it's, you know, our company donates to charity, we're publicly traded. Like there's so many pieces to the puzzle that literally are incredible. That it's surreal. It really is. And you may be watching this or on this call and thinking like, oh yeah, well, it's good for them. You know, that's not for me. I'll tell you, I sat on the sidelines of my life for so long and I said, that's for someone else, not for me. I will tell you here at the Happy Co, whatever you want for your life is for you. Go get it. Go get it. We, again, believe everyone deserves to be happy, and that level of happiness and what that means to one person is different than the next, right? The coolest thing that's here is that whatever that looks like for you, we love you. We love you and you matter. Everything you do matters. And if you want to come and hang out with us because we're pretty cool people, come hang out with us because we're pretty cool people. If you want to come and make that, you know, impact and share with a few people, share with a few people. If you want to share with thousands of people, share with thousands of people. You matter either way. And we love you either way. So that's something that's so beautiful and so special here. It's not just lip service. It's not just lip service. It's true. It's real. And I just want to thank again, Holly and Courtney for being a part of this call, for all of you that were on tonight or watching the recording. Again, it wasn't by accident. It wasn't by accident. Someone cares about you and sees something in you that maybe you don't see in yourself. Because I'll tell you, when I first started in this industry over 8 years ago, I had zero confidence in myself. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe I could do anything. And now here I am. And it's a choice every single day and a beautiful path and a privilege that I feel I'm a part of. So thank you guys so much. Get back with the person that shared this video with you. I had to say it. Thank you guys so much.
Thank